This is a mystery. I've shown this bill one time already, and it was because it was a cut-off center. I didn't show it because I thought it was worth something. I just showed it because it was something I found. But this bill started a mystery, and the one hint you're going to get about the mystery is right there. That little thing right there. Can you read that? Hi everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I'm going to answer the mystery there in a second, and I'll even explain the mystery. Before I do that, I've got my 1,000 singles. I've gone through them. I found all kinds of neat stuff, and I'm going to show you what's in there. But this week's tip, don't be afraid to ask questions, because, like I said, with my mystery bill and the mystery that I discovered, I got all kinds of answers by asking the right people. So never be afraid to ask questions. It doesn't matter if the question sounds stupid to you or not. The dumbest question is the one that's not asked. So always ask a question. If there's something you don't understand, especially in coin collecting and paper money collecting, ask someone who can give you that answer. It could be something very simple. It could lead you onto a huge trail like this bill did. Anyway, let's get to today's search. 1,000 singles. Get those out of the way. Let's take a look and see what I found. Lots of goodies, as usual. Now, I don't think I've ever shown one of these. This is what they call an upward ladder. You'll notice that serial numbers 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, ends in a 0 there. So you've got all the numbers in order, in an ascending order. That's an upward ladder. I don't run across them very much, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but I know that when I see something unusual, I'm going to keep it. Found my standard group of trinaries. This one's 4s, 5s, and 8s. This is 0s, 2s, and 8s. 2s, 3s, and 4s. This one is almost a binary. Almost doesn't count, though. Still a trinary. 2s, 3s, and 7s. Another trinary, 2s, 7s, and 9s. And then here we've got 5s, 4s, well, 4s, 5s, and 9s, I guess I should say. And then I've got quads. Found quad zeros. Starts with a 0, 4 zeros in the middle, so 5 on the bill, but 4 in a row for a 4 block. I found quad 8s. I did find an alternator. This one has 7s as the alternating digit. 67979707. So that was the alternator that I found. Found a pair of birthday notes / anniversary notes, and they run in different directions. I know some people are sticklers for, oh, it has to be month, day, year. Well, that's not even the way the entire world works with calendars. Sometimes they do day, month, year. Some people consider a birthday note just for having the year. But I like to find one that has the year, the month, and the date somewhere discernible in the bill. That makes this bill August 28th, 1934. And the next bill would be 1908, either March 4th or April 3rd. April 3rd, 1908, or March 4th, 1908. Lots of stars this week. I think all my stars were 2013s, with the exception of the last one. Some of them are kind of crisp, so I'm looking forward to checking these out. I knew I had a couple in here that had a couple zeros. There's one. Crisp one. H, this one is, check that out, from St. Louis. H is St. Louis, but I mean, check out the lower number of this particular bill. Got high hopes for that. And this was the old one. This one was just from 2009, but 2009, a J note. Kansas City doesn't print a whole lot of bills. This one starts off with 2 zeros, so there's potential for that to be a rarer note. Remember, when we're talking rare notes, we're talking stuff that's under 3.2 million. 3.2 million is the standard, and actually, later on in the video, we're going to find out why. Did find some older notes. 1999, that one's in bad shape. Another 99, almost as bad. This 99 is a little better. This 99 also a little better. Remember, bills from 1999, those are 20 years old already, so people don't save them. They should, because eventually they're going to be pretty tough to find. This one's a 1995 right there. This one is really tough. Another 1995. And then somebody wrote on this one, that's a shame. 1995. This one had really crisp paper quality. 1995. And then this one, I know there's one coming up. That one is also a 95, isn't it? Yep. The reason why I kept looking is because I knew there was this one coming in here. This one is 1988. And when you're looking at fine print without your reading glasses on, sometimes it's tougher to find. 1988, but that was not the oldest note I found. Yet again, I came up with a 1963 bar note. 63B bar note. Once again, there was very few of these printed. Joseph W. Barr was only the Secretary of the Treasury for 30 days. Did not leave a lot of time to print these bills. So finding a bar note in circulation is most likely from a collection being broken, because every time I seem to find one of these, they're in really good shape. So that's what I've got this week from my $1,000 search. So let's get back to the mystery. The number, this is the mystery note, the number on a bill right here, this one happens to say G4. What that indicates is the position of the bill on the sheet. Now, for those of you who have never seen an uncut sheet, let me show you what we're talking about. Sorry for this, but here is my uncut sheet of $1 bills. That's what it looks like before they are separated. $1 bill uncut sheet. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here and we'll take a close look at some of these. This one here is an uncut sheet of 1981 notes. And these were all from Richmond, Virginia. The entire sheet is all 1981s. Now this gives us an interesting view of a $1 bill, because you'll notice right away that one says A1, which would mean if I was to go down one, we have B1. But even before then, let's check out the serial number. 99840220. If we go over one, 99860220. So those two bills, there, I can get both of them in there, are 20,000 apart. If I was to go down, those two bills should be 20,000 apart. 9984, 9986. Okay, so 20,000 apart on the side-by-sides. And if you go top to bottom, let's see if I can get them both on the screen here without a glare. 99840220 versus 998452. So these two are 5,000 apart. So side by side are 20,000 apart, and top to bottom in this are 5,000 apart, and so on down the line. Okay, so the reason bills are not numbered sequentially is because they do these bills in these sheets, and then there's another sheet put on top, and then another sheet on top of that, and another sheet on top of that. And since there are so many of these bills on one particular sheet, once you cut the bills, they'll be in order. So each of these is a separate stack. Now I found this sheet really neat, because here it starts off with 99, and as you continue along, the numbers will start to get bigger, and that 998 will eventually become, like this one, 9900220. It's a trinary. In fact, there are 3 trinaries on this uncut sheet, 0s, 2s, and 9s. There's that one. If I go up to this one here, also 0s, 2s, and 9s. And if I go all the way to the bottom, if I remember right, the very bottom note right there, 99990220. So not only is it a trinary, it's got quad 9s, and there's actually a couple of them that have quad 9s, if I remember. Yeah, the bottom 2 are both quad 9s. 3 trinaries, 2 quads on that uncut sheet. But how are these formulated, like I was showing you before. If we look right here, it says A1, which means the one beneath it will be B1, followed by C1 and D1. There is a total of 32 bills on this sheet, and this sheet is going to be divided up into 4 sections. These top 4 bills, or these top 8 bills, is the first section. So you're going to have A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, G1, H1. So you zoom in on these again. E1, F1, G1, H1. So like I said, you've got ones over here. And if I remember right, then it would redo itself on the bottom. Let's just check that out just to make sure. There's A2. So this would be A2, B2, C2, D2. And then we've got E, F, G, and H2, which means this group over here is going to be A3 through H3, and the bottom quarter is going to be A4 through H4. So that's the way they come up with those. And well, if you've got 8, 8, 8, and 8, that's 32 bills. 32 bills is why whenever you look at star notes, the average number is 3.2 million. 3.2 million is 100,000 of these sheets. That's how you get 3.2 million. So now we get to my mystery. And the mystery, we'll go back to this bill here. This bill has a different number on it. It's numbered C5. C5. Here's the whole sheet. Where is C5? See, bills are only numbered 1 through 4 because there's 4 sections. But this one, like I said, clearly has a 5. So I had to ask some questions and figure out where that came from. It turns out that the Bureau of Printing and Engraving is changing the way they do their printing of bills. So finding a sheet of 32 bills like this is going to be a rarity now, because they're now doing the bills in 5 rows of 8. And those 5 rows will be labeled A through H and 1 through 5. So you will no longer have 32 bills. You're going to have 40 bills on a sheet, which means if you have 40 bills on a sheet, once you start looking for star notes, they're no longer going to be out of 3.2 million. They're going to be out of 4 million because you now have an even number. So that's my interesting stuff for this week. I finally get to show my uncut sheet of ones and have a reason for showing it. If you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And please don't forget to tell your friends. I'll see you guys next week.